Hi, and welcome to this edition of Chewin Phat podcast.
Chewin the Phat.
With your hosts, Zach and Tom. Yeah, Dwarfs. Dwarfs play a good part in the Paralympics as well.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of them?
I got a lot of time for it, yeah. More power to them, good luck.
So, are they like a fairy tale thing, or is that a human defect? Are they like a separate species, like in fairy tales, or was it a human defect?
I think I don't know the facts, but I would imagine that there's a genetic component.
Really? No, because I think it's the latter. I think, I think they're just a separate.
Barley.
I think they're just a separate species.
Right.
They're not human.
That
They're dwarfs.
That will flag up on YouTube. And
Well, it won't.
Say,
What, facts?
Will say.
It's because people can't handle the truth. As soon as I say something truthful, like dwarfs are a separate species, like in the Lord of the Rings and the Snow White novel and stuff like that.
The ghostess with the mostess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. They're not human. They're a different species.
Yep.
And they just grow smaller. They're just small people. They're small peeps. Small peepers. So it's a bit offensive to actually put them in the Paralympics because they're not disabled. They're just a different species. So that's speciesist. It's putting dwarfs in the Paralympics. Do you think dwarfs should have their own Olympics? Like the dwarf Olympics?
I think people who have dwarfism...
Well, no.
They're
dwarfs. They don't have dwarfism. They're just dwarfs. Dwarfs is like saying they're human. They're not human, they're dwarfs.
Well, if they are a different species, then they're better than humans. Because, I've not met her, so I was good friends with the woman and she had dwarfism, or she was a dwarf, whatever is the politically correct fucking thing to say these days. And she was an absolute riot. Yeah. She was so funny and loved life, and, she obviously had a hand dealt to her that was not ideal.
Yeah.
But she was an absolute... She shagged a lot of guys at work as well. She got around.
Okay.
She got around. And, I never...
Were all her shags short?
Well, she's short, so, if you do the math. But I think as far as her sexual activity was concerned, it was, enjoyable, thorough stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts before?
Would that technically be bestiality?
Would it be what?
Having sex with a dwarf, is that technically bestiality? Because they're different species. They're different species.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they did that in the Lord of the Rings, like Gimli had sex with I can't remember the names of the women in it, or the elves.
Well,
elf and dwarf.
Woman in it.
Because there's not many women in the Lord of the Rings. There's only a few, and most of them are like elves, aren't they? Which aren't even human. They're a different species as well.
Yeah.
So did Gimli have sex with one of the elf girls?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure.
Was that in the explicit version of the Lord of the Rings? Because I remember Tolkien, he wrote like a sort of family friendly one that became popular.
Right.
With the world. But he also in his private life he also wrote an explicit version of the Lord of the Rings. Okay. And one of the scenes was about 10 pages long of Gimli porking one of the elf girls in the Shire. That was one of the sort of like secret.
I don't remember reading that.
No, because he kept it to himself. He never published this explicit version of the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, but
that was one of
Harry Potter. Didn't Dobby reverse cowgirl squat Hagrid or something? Yeah,
they had sexual simulation.
Right. Okay.
With each other.
Okay.
I meant stimulation.
Because I've never had sex. So
really?
I don't know.
Didn't you just say you had sex with a dwarf?
No. There was a woman I worked with who...
She
got around.
She got around.
round,
Did she need aid to get around? She's a bit small.
No, she was fine. She got around.
Did you have to help her getting stuff off the shelf?
There were times when I did assist her.
Did she have a really small voice and you couldn't really hear her?
It was normal.
No.
You'd hear her down the phone and you'd just think,
You think?
I say normal. What's
Yeah.
normal these days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose normality doesn't really exist. It's just a social construct to keep us caged in like elephants. Cage the Elephant's a good band, actually. Have you heard of Cage the Elephant?
It's actually a band.
It's a band, a rock band.
No,
Yeah.
never heard of it. Worth
Yeah.
it?
What?
Is it like worth it?
Yeah, I think so. Especially when you get illegal. Illegal music's the best when you just like a YouTube to MP3 converter. That's my shit. I love doing that. It feels good because it's like you're technically breaking the law, but no one gives a fuck. So you're just like constantly converting YouTube clips to MP3s and MP4s, and then you've got loads of random files on your desktop computer, and then you put it in your videos.